Okay. What do you think about ghee?
I love clarified butter.
Any bet-
And in India, you get a better version, which is white butter,
Okay.
before you make it into ghee. So it's got butyric acid, which is great. It works like, it prepares your gut to digest food. I love it. It's in all my food. I have at least a teaspoon and a half or 2 teaspoons of ghee every day on my brown rice.
Okay.
Every
Brown
day.
rice, yeah.
Yeah. Doc doesn't like rice.
No, I like brown rice. I just
Yeah, he
think,
likes brown rice.
Too much
White
white
rice,
rice.
yeah.
White rice is kind of like eating sugar.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's one of the bad things in the Indian diet.
Yes.
Too much white rice.
Yeah. No, true. But really, Doc, tell me, how much is the difference between, I think it would only be the fiber, or
Yeah.
is there that much sugar even in brown rice?
There is some, but it isn't so rapidly absorbed.
So the glycemic
white rice
index
is like
is lesser.
sort of consuming sugar, and we kind of know that sugar is not terribly good for you.
It's terrible.
White rice also has quite a lot of arsenic in it, so which is not terribly good. So you're much better off with lentils and with things like that. If you can cut down or shift to brown rice. I have
Yes.
children, and what we did is they didn't like brown rice, so we just put more and more brown in it until eventually they kind of got used to it.
Wonderful. You know, talking of lentils, I really love sprouted lentils.
Yeah.
I feel otherwise it tends to make you a little gaseous.
Indeed.
But in India, we use something called asafoetida,
Okay.
which is like a permanent fixture in all our kitchens for our lentils. Hing, हम हींग का बहुत ज़्यादा इस्तेमाल करते हैं. बच्चों को अगर stomach upset होता है, so we actually use ghee and we put a bit of asafoetida
Right.
into the navel of the child, and it actually relieves them of flatulence.
Okay.
So we do stuff like this in India, and it's been done for time immemorial, and even the West has started understanding the uses and the properties of spices like asafoetida, turmeric. Turmeric is huge.
No, we did an experiment on Trust Me because there's been a lot of interest. You cook a lot with turmeric, don't you? Do you call it turmeric or turmeric?
We call it haldi, but it's called
Haldi.
turmeric.
Different name.
Yeah.
But it has become incredibly fashionable
Yeah.
in the UK and in Sydney and in America. Turmeric latte.
Yes.
Very popular.
Can you believe it?
But what people have wondered is it really as good as people say? So we did a study on Trust Me, I'm a Doctor, where we got lots of people who don't normally eat it to eat it. And they put in their cooking. These were people who don't normally eat Indian food at all. And we also looked at the same time at their DNA. We did a special test. And what we found is there were improvements in about 3 months in some of the genes linked
Wow.
with things like cancer and inflammation.
Yeah.
And this is the first proper scientific study done looking at the benefits of turmeric.
Yes.
And that was fabulous.
Yes, I think curcumin, which is a derivative of turmeric, is used widely to, rehabilitate cancer patients as well.
Indeed,
So-
they're doing some of the early studies in it now. It's interesting because all these sort of foods have been around for a long time. but
Exactly.
Only more recently are people actually doing proper scientific studies. And the other one is coconut oil. We fans of coconut oil here? So I did a big experiment with Cambridge University, which is one of the best universities in the world. And the professor was convinced that the coconut oil would be really bad because it's a saturated fat, it would raise their cholesterol levels. So we did the experiment with over 100 people. And she was really, really surprised because it turned out that actually the people taking the coconut oil, they saw improvements in their cholesterol and also in inflammation. And this was the exact opposite of what she was expecting. But they published it in a big scientific journal.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about doing programs like Trust Me, I'm a Doctor.
Yeah.
Is you
I
come
saw
across
that episode. I have to say, I love the fact that you divided them into 3 groups, and you saw, the relevant difference between even the olive oil and the coconut oil, literally nearly 10%.
Absolutely.
So it brought down cholesterol levels to literally 5% with people who had olive oil, and with coconut oil, it came down by nearly 15%. Well done, yeah. Look at that. So, I mean, it's terrible sometimes as an Indian for me to sit back and see that people are cooking their foods in all kinds of oils, and we are scared to use what we actually call superfoods in the West.
Yes.
You know, so I was actually at another event, and I brought it to everyone's notice that when I went to Holland and Barrett, coconut oil and clarified butter, which is ghee, is
Indeed.
put on the top shelf, and we are cooking. I mean, with due respect to olive oil, which I feel has a very low heating point, we're cooking Indian food in those oils, and you know, all the other kinds of oils that we have. So I really wish people went back to the roots, and I really feel that even right up to, like, you know, 70 years ago, Indians led far healthier lives than the lives we're leading today.
I'm afraid so.
You know?
Now I want to, yoga is obviously something you're into. I want you to show me a yoga pose then.
Come on then.
Any other yoga fans here?
चले सब लोगों से कराते हैं. सब लोग कितने हिले हुए देखती हूँ मैं.
Right,
Okay.
she's going to demonstrate.
So let's.
So this is one experiment that Dr. Mosley has also
Absolutely.
actually done.
So-
worldwide. So actually we should start with you.
Absolutely. So we
Because
know
he's known for experiments, he'll do one experiment.
Sit
and-
next.
walking, good for the heart and lungs, and good for the muscle. Are we good? You good at squats?
Yeah, I love
There we go,
squats.
squats, exactly.
Reason for my ass.
Squats are very, very good for the ass.
Yeah.
But the one which most people neglect is balance. So you're going
Yeah.
to demonstrate.
So what Doc does is normally this, okay?
Yeah, so I do
He
this
says-
one.
he
Whoa!
says this is a
Am I going to
great-
fall over?
Great exercise for balance. I said, let's do the original, which is called Tadasana, which everybody knows. मेरा outfit बहुत slippery है.
Look at that balance. Fantastic.
Yeah, but it's slippery.
Doc, I think
This
you should
outfit's
do it.
not helping. Come
I'm
on,
not
Doc.
sure I can do it with you. I think I have to lean against there. I mean, I am not. I need a bit more training. Whoa! So this is how you should do it.
It's just core.
It's fantastic. And can you keep it up for ages?
I can. I
Okay.
can actually do it better without clothes.
Okay.
But you can't do that.
I think I would.
ये ना कपड़े ना slip हो जाते हैं. This fabric is really not helping me.
I think I could
Yeah.
probably outdo you at press-ups. I'm confident I could do more press-ups than you, but not necessarily.
Don't challenge me, dog. Yeah. So.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you. And one last myth, if you can bust around fruit. Fruit we all think is very, very healthy, but
Yeah.
is it really true?
So unfortunately, the mango is delicious. Yeah. Mangoes are delicious, and mango season is coming soon. Do you eat the mango with the skin? Some people do.
Well, I wouldn't suggest that in this time and age where everything is ripened with chemicals.
So unfortunately,
So-
the mango has a lot of sugar in it.
Yes.
So not the world's healthiest food, unfortunately, in the end, but delicious.
But then, Doc, what do you have to say? What do you have to say? There was this other myth that I heard about, because it's full of B vitamins, and
Yeah.
you know it's very. They say it's very, very nutritious, but this whole myth about being diabetic,
Yeah.
and they said that if you could actually go onto a fruit diet,
Okay.
and if you ate loads of fruit, you could actually cure yourself of even diabetes.
Okay.
So that's another myth. You have to do
That is-
another thing on that.
Oh, absolutely. That is a total myth, unfortunately. Fruit juice is much worse than fruit because it has no fiber in it and it's very bad for your sugar levels. And eating a load of fruit is very, very bad for diabetics because
But then they say
it's
that-
a load of fructose in it,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
gets turned to fat.
But that is the myth. I
I know.
don't even know what to believe anymore, because you know, I read this entire. I read a piece on it. I also saw an entire documentary on it where they actually said that doctors would tell you that don't eat fruit, but if you actually began to eat more portions of fruit, the right kind of fruits,
Yeah.
you would actually be able to reverse diabetes. So I don't know how much of the
I think it's wildly
yeah.
under. I don't.
It's weird. So
it's
I don't.
rubbish,
There's so
yeah.
many researchers out there. One minute they say that dairy is bad for you. The next minute they'll say, oh, milk is what is the best thing that's happened to human
Yeah.
beings. Then they say, Then they
That's
say.
why you have to
it's-
watch Trust Me, I'm a Doctor, because you have to trust us.
Yeah, you have to
we
trust
know
him
what we're
because he's a
talking about,
doctor.
honestly.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Shilpa
Thank you.
and
Excellent.
Michael will
Well done.
bust a couple of few more myths in the other room, but mostly, of course. If you have any questions related to this, please
Are you good at
ask.
the plank as well?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
I know you do. Women on the whole press ups are not. So
Yeah.
can you do press ups?
I can.
Okay. How many then?
I can do around 20.
Okay, I can just about beat you then.
Really?
I can do 40. So.
Not bad. That's
Not
superb.
bad.
You
Yeah.
guys have a question?
But you are beating me on the balance by a long way. I reckon I can do twice as many press ups as she can, but we
Yeah.
That's because men have more muscle. But
They'll want to see this, no? Tell me. Hi. Hi.
I had a question for you. I even asked the doctor that today a lot of people feel that either you should follow only protein diets or not eat carbohydrates at all. There are some people say you should turn vegan, not consume dairy products at all because dairy products add to a lot of weight. So according to you, because you I think is one of fitness person who we have seen and you look young as ever. So
Without
what
Botox,
do you,
yeah.
what do you have to say on this?
Well, I just have one line to say. Just keep it simple. I just think that unfortunately, carbs have been vulgarized, and I love my carbs. Carbs is what gives you fuel. But choose the right carbs,
Lentils.
Exactly. Lentils, vegetables, root vegetables. I love potatoes. Even potatoes, people run away from potatoes. Don't have them fried, have them boiled. They're actually great for your body because they're alkaline foods. And beetroots. I love carbs. I have sourdough bread in the morning. I stay away from, stuff that is mass produced. I like stuff that is made in small kitchens, made from scratch. I do. But I have bhains ka doodh, which has more iron, more than cow's milk. Shoot me. I'm trying to reduce even on that. Again, there are so many myths. The one thing that I've really changed in my life over the last 3 weeks recently is cutting down on sugar, which has been a huge modification, and Doctor will elucidate on
I
that.
love sugar. I'm trying to cut it down.
Yeah,
it's incredibly addictive.
It is addictive. And they say sugar has the same effect as cocaine. You just get addicted to it. And it is so scary that
I was on Elephant Island yesterday, and the monkeys there are obviously addicted to sugar because they're just grabbing the ice creams from all the tourists.
Yeah.
And I have a photograph of a monkey with 2 ice creams in his face. And I was just thinking, poor bloody monkeys, they're going to get diabetes and lose their teeth.
Exactly.
And they just love it. And we know that if you offer animal sugar, rats, monkeys, they will eat huge amounts of it. And the same is true of humans.
Exactly. So that is the one thing that you need to start reducing and becoming aware of, because it is poison. And so much so that I've actually taken out sugar from my son's life.
I bet he complained.
No, you know what, Doc? It's what you teach your child.
I know.
So it's pretty difficult in a time and age where every mall, every place that you go to buy something, the counter has lollipops, gummy bears, wine gums, and it's very, very tempting for a little child because he doesn't know the difference between right and wrong. But you have to tell him and explain to him that this is going to make you hyperactive. They say that a spoon of sugar brings down your immunity for the next 6 hours. So imagine what that does to your body. So
and
it
your
is
teeth.
scary.
So
Yeah,
that's
and
some
your teeth.
food for thought that we are leaving you with. Thank you so much, everyone. I will be sending हमारा नया brand film to all of you. Please try and play it. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you.
अब क्या यार?
Well done.
Lovely meeting you.
Thank you. I look forward to
एक second.